5 components of universal interventions include creating a physical setting that supports academic and social goals, establishing and maintaining expectations for behavior, which can also include rules and routines, enhancing students' motivation, curriculum design, and working with families and/or community members. For this project, I will focus solely on creating a physical setting that supports academic and social goals. I will also put strong emphasis on the classrooms that I have been involved in while taking this Planning for the Diversity of Learners class. According to Carol Weinstein in her views on physical environment, there are several things that go into play when discussing this. These include security and shelter, seating position, social interaction with your peers, symbolic identification, task instrumentality, classroom design, privacy, and noise and distraction, most of all of which I will talk about for the remainder of my video. In the Mississippi Science Framework Standard, there is also places for classroom setting to be tailored specifically to a standard. Most importantly, inquiry, which says to apply inquiry-based and problem-solving processes and skills to scientific investigations. So the room and classroom setting has to be tailored for lab activities to work effectively and efficiently. I plan on implementing several of Carol Weinstein's ideas into my biology classroom. For instance, security and shelter are important because students should feel safe in their working environment, which in addition will help them learn to the best of their abilities. I plan on having tables also in my classroom, so social interactions will also be key. Then symbolic identification also comes into play because me and my students will develop ideas based on our class activities, each one of our goals, whether it be individual goals or group goals, and then our beliefs about education also as individuals and as a classroom as a whole. And then lastly, task instrumentality. I will have sinks set up for lab activities, trash cans at the front of the classroom, computers and printers for students to use whenever they would like to, and then a chemical fume hood that can be used during lab activities. So what is physical setting? Physical setting can be the arrangement of space, the desk placement, the environmental preferences, or creating classroom space in itself. If you want your students to collaborate in small groups, you might have them sit at tables. Or if you want a lot of whole group discussion, you might circle them around where you're going to be speaking from, or have the desk in a U shape. If you have a lot of individualized self-paced work, then you might just want to set up learning stations. The physical layout should also reflect you as the teacher. I mean, if you bring things from your house, such as rugs, plants, pictures of your family, it is very inviting to the students. In many classrooms, the largest amount of space is devoted to the desk arrangement. I think the days of the 30 desks lined up in front rows facing the teacher are long gone. Instead, most teachers like to arrange desks in cooperative groups of 4, while many others maybe even like the U-shape idea that I talked about earlier, to make sure that everyone has a front row seat. While interviewing a veteran biology teacher at the school I graduated high school from, she stated that when arranging desks, it is very important to make sure that all of the students can easily make eye contact with you while you're teaching them. Another important factor of physical setting is the environmental features, and this can include temperature, lighting, noise level, whether the students can see out the windows, or even out the door window. These factors affect students in different ways and are directly related to the individual learning styles. Studies suggest that when teachers adjust the environment to students' preferences, the students perform better academically and are well behaved. It is great to create both the well-lit and dimly lit areas in the classroom, provide opportunities for the children to move around, establish informal furniture arrangements such as maybe a cozy couch with a dim light for reading, establish listening stations and quiet study areas where students who maybe finish with the task that you asked them to do can go and sit and sort of cool down or work on other things that they would like to, and then help students become aware of their own temperature preferences. If everyone in the classroom is freezing cold, then you know that maybe you need to cut the air down or turn the heat on. Always remember that creating a healthy environment can be easy, fun, and effective in education. Lastly, I would like to talk about the classroom setting of the student who I've been given the privilege to tutor through Generation S. Guido is a part of a culture that is completely different than any other culture a teacher might come in contact with after graduating from college. In his first classroom that I take him from, the desks are set in rows and then there's computers at the front of the classroom. In that classroom, they only do their work on the computers. The desks are just for like bell work or for them to sit until everyone else in the classroom gets there, and then they can start their work on the computers. I pull him from that classroom and then I take him to a computer lab where we do work in the computer lab. And as you can see from the picture, the computer lab is set up with computers on each side and then desks spread out in there. Because the computer lab is sort of used as a place for students who forgot to bring a belt, they come and sit in there until someone brings them the belt, or students who get in trouble, they come and sit in there until someone can come and pick them up. So I interviewed the teacher, and she said that the reason why she has their desks spread out like this is to prevent any type of altercations and sort of communicating in a way that she can't control. Altogether, it is great to create an environment that focuses on building healthy relationships and a setting that is full of caring groups who work together as one.